Welcome to Suncoast View. I'm Stephanie Roberts. A big surprise on Dancing with the Stars last night, and it had nothing to do with a performance or a judge's score. We'll show you what you didn't see on TV.
I'm celebrity makeup artist Mickey Williams, and varicose veins are ugly, but they can also create medical issues. I'll tell you about a new treatment today.
I'm Bo Beth, and I'm a borderline germaphobe. Yes, I admit it. But a doctor is here to tell us everything we need to know about the flu shot.
And I'm Linda Carson. Do you know what a didgeridoo is? I don't either, but we're going to learn to play one. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Mickey Williams. Great to have you with us today.
I love being
You're
here. I'm so hyper today. Has anybody, I know we were doing makeup, I was like...
Might be the monster you poured in your coffee cup.
I have that every day. I have every day.
Well, you have new hair today. Yours is all natural. Yes. Linda has princess hair today.
And mine's not natural.
No, Linda's my
like
princess.
She's the wedding look. You know, that's the new wedding bead braid thing.
I told Linda I'm going to
braid.
fondle her all day. She actually has the hair to wear. You know, I'm working with hair to wear at HSN right now, so they sent me all of these hair pieces that I get to work with you guys. And I had a ponytail in your hair yesterday.
Yes.
And today Linda is wearing this beautiful braid, and it's the thick braid. I love this on Linda because she looks like just basically a princess. We were saying
between
today.
a hippie and a princess.
Yeah, and that's perfectly in style right now, the bohemian hippie princess.
Exactly.
So.
Well, it's something fun to do with shorter hair too, because you can still add accessories.
Yeah, and I think Linda, it's very youthful, it's beautiful, and it feels comfortable, right?
It does.
It
I
does.
didn't know it's there.
I told you I was going to just be fondling you all day
Oh,
today.
wow.
That's okay. Keep
yes.
me in
The
style.
choice of words.
Yes,
The choice of words.
exactly.
It's so easy
I tend to fall
she just
apart.
she curled her hair, we blew it out a little bit, which is something simple for anyone to do, and then she popped in this braid and it gave her an instant style.
Yep.
So,
No, I love it.
like
It's
it.
a great.
You look
It's a
great.
great addition.
Thank
Very
you, thank you.
trendy. Very, very trendy. We're happy to have the advice and the accessories here with us today.
Yes.
Also happy to have a familiar face in the kitchen. We welcome back Chef Giuliano Hazan today. Tell us what we're making, Chef.
I'm going to be making braised artichokes Roman style, and it's great to be back.
Thank you. Great to have you. I know Chef spends a lot of time in Italy as well. Give us a quick heads up on what Roman style means.
Roman style means cooking an artichokes whole, but trimming it so it's entirely edible. So it's really good.
Every part of it. Okay, we're
Yes.
going to leave the hard work up to you. We look forward to coming over and learning more about artichokes, which I am intimidated by in terms of cooking, because they have a lot of pieces and parts.
I love
and
it.
I've never even tried that. I go for the restaurant style.
Yeah, well, that's
artichoke.
what we're going to have here today, that's for sure. Well, Fashion Week in New York is wrapping up, so I thought while Mickey was here, we could pick her brain a little bit about Fashion Week and everything that's happening there. What is the point of Fashion Week from the insider's point of view?
Well, it used to be that, you know, all the buyers would go and purchase they would see it on the runway, they're ready to wear. There was also couture, which you see a lot more now in Europe. You see it in Paris, you see it in Milan. But in New York, it's primarily ready to wear, which means they're putting out the clothes for the next following season. So right now in Fashion Week, we're seeing what's going to be happening in summer and spring look. So we're seeing denim a lot. We're seeing these great kind of like
that.
Yeah, it's still that bohemian princess look, right? We're still seeing that a lot.
You're in
We're
vogue.
also seeing a lot of block patterns, which I love. We're seeing a lot of fabrics, like African-inspired fabrics, which we've been seeing for 2 summers now, which is really great. Again, the hair is super princessy, bohemian. We could do
Linda,
this.
that looks like your hair.
Yeah, and it's
crown
the
in there.
ponytails back. We wore the ponytails yesterday, Stephanie.
Yeah.
And you see these ponies, low
look at
slung
that.
ponytails. Now we saw the ribbon come back. Remember your little friendship like bracelets and like barrettes that we
Oh,
used
we
to
used
have
to
as
all
kids?
do ribbons.
We're going to see that again, really. And how this works is that, think about it as seasons. We're reinventing pretty much the 80s and the 90s now. So that's what we see happens with fashion, and we see kind of like a new spin on it. We really don't get anything that's like, oh my goodness, it's a brand new look. We see the fashion kind of reinvent itself through the decades.
So sometimes what you see there, it seems a little out there.
Yeah, well,
So-
they do get modified for stores when buyers sit up there, but What's really changed is now the front row is mostly celebrity and like your social blogger or your basically influencer. And it's really interesting because now we're seeing like all of these things happening. What's happening behind the scenes is really, really important. So it's so much digital media. You have to be down there. You have to be taking pictures. You have to worry about what's embargoed that you can't actually show out there. It's so much work. But that front row is basically celebrities. And a lot of them are picking what they're going to wear on the red carpet. Which is in February. So they're able to go in there and say, I'm pulling that dress with my stylist. So you're seeing the stylist and the celebrities right there saying, okay, I love that look, that Valentino gown. I'm taking that for the red carpet for the Oscars.
And the good news for us normal people is that style trends seem to be staying fairly similar for the past couple of seasons, so we don't have to empty our closets.
No.
Empty closets. She talks about the 90s. I was thinking, good, I've got those clothes.
You are all set. All right, it is time for our first hot topic and some scary moments on Dancing with the Stars as protesters show up to heckle Olympian swimmer Ryan Lochte. The protesters actually rushed the stage after Lochte's first performance. Look at the security guard tackling the guy, interrupting the live show. What you are seeing here was not seen as you watched at home. ABC actually stayed on the stunned reaction of Judge Carrie Ann while all this was happening and then went to commercial. Look at these other 4 people yelling anti-Lochte chants from the audience. Seriously, this could have been bad. I mean, I'm going to assume there's some kind of metal detector to make sure they didn't get guns in there, but that guy got right up on stage.
That looks so dangerous. And I was just shocked at their fury because we've got politicians lying all the time and everybody knows it and nobody says anything.
Good point.
This poor swimmer lied and they want to kill him out there. So I was just shocked. It looks, I
thought it was excessive.
Yeah,
I mean, he rushed the stage, yes, as a protester, but that's all it was. Like, come on, you tackle the guy? Is that
You had to, though. He could have gotten a hand on somebody.
And he was going for him. He was going for him. He wasn't going to say you cheated. He was going like that. So you've got to tackle him.
I think you had to tackle him.
I feel like this is just the aggression that's building up with all of our political thing that's happening right now. Everybody feels like everything is just, everyone's against everybody. And it's just, it's like so heated. We're seeing so much anger happen, even on Dancing with the Stars, against Ryan Lochte, who's just basically vacuous.
He doesn't
have anything in his head.
He's not an evil person. He did bad things, but put him in that arena. Okay, he's not someone you're going to listen to what he says in the future.
No, you're
going to put him in that box and let it go.
Are they mad that he's getting FaceTime and screen time, though? That's kind of what I thought.
I mean, but even if you are, that's not the best approach. I think that's where the problem comes in. Every time we disagree with someone or dislike someone for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that we have the right to go angry and go, crazy.
Yeah,
and,
that's the tension that's
attack
right
or
now.
bring out guns. It's just, you know what? You just put him in the box. He's a liar. Let's leave him in the liar box and move on with
and
your
say, I don't
life.
agree with you, and that's it.
Yeah, people seem angry.
Everyone is just so angry for what?
All right, deep breaths, people. Well, here's something to laugh about, maybe. A Dancing with the Stars alum lit up social media with his Monday Night Football antics. The Pittsburgh Steelers' Antonio Brown celebrated his second touchdown of the game by twerking in the end zone, much to the delight of fans. We're going to lose that graphic so you can get a look at this because, I don't know, it's kind of funny. Well, but it cost him 15 yards for unsportsmanlike conduct. It may cost them a fine this week. The NFL bans all sexually suggestive celebrations. That is the exact wording, and that is what twerking is considered, but everyone seems to think it was worth it.
My husband was an NFL coach for 30 years. He would have benched that guy.
Would he?
He hated guys that tried to draw attention to themselves. Showboating, that was one thing he was totally against. Be a team player. Don't try to say, I scored a touchdown. We scored a touchdown. Sit down and shut up.
They penalize the kids in youth football. They're not allowed to move a muscle after they score because it is unsportsmanlike.
That is not unsportsmanlike. You just caught a ball that probably
you were
no one else
supposed to.
That's your job, is to catch the ball.
But you're excited about it. When you do something great, aren't you excited about it? Don't you celebrate yourself?
I don't twerk.
I would twerk.
Well,
I would twerk if I
you
got a
may
touchdown.
celebrate a different way. So, what else could he do? Ooh, come on. Like, he wants to
enjoyed watching.
celebrate.
Just walk
I think
away with
that's
dignity.
fun.
That was your job, and you did it for the team.
Yes, but you did
I gotta
it well.
agree with that.
So when
You're supposed to.
do a good job, aren't you proud of yourself?
You
I
don't
don't think
see me
there's anything.
twerking.
He's paid to do it well.
I don't think anyone is. I don't think we should censor a person from celebrating themselves. If I did something good, even if it's my job, I am proud of me. I'm proud that I did a good job.
If you did that on camera, so you do a good news story, and certainly you start to do that on camera.
I go like this and I start
what do you think you'd be the next day?
There's times I start dancing and celebrating myself.
We're gonna dance.
Bottom line is it's a rule. It's the NFL's
Yeah.
rule. Maybe the rule's stupid, but it's a rule. He broke
It's a
the
rule,
rule.
right.
He got 15 yards. He's going to get fined.
He
probably doesn't care.
All the
It's the
people
same thing
are
with the
upset
guys
about him
yesterday.
dancing are just hating because he's happy.
Oh,
Why can't we
so
celebrate
rude.
him
Happy because he's happy.
It's a rule. All right. Well, speaking of sexy, here's something that has
I want to see you dance next time
spanned
you do a
the
news story.
generations.
Joey just did it.
Listen up. A study says kids hate the way they are being taught sex in school. This has not changed. The study asked teens over 25 years in 10 countries, and the consensus was incredible. Kids aren't being taught what they want to know, they say. Students say it's too clinical. The teachers were obviously embarrassed, and they cringed as they talked about it. Researchers had an interesting point. They say schools don't acknowledge that sex is a special subject that requires training and finesse to teach correctly. They also say that little practical information is presented, like community health services, female pleasure, or same-sex relationships.
I want to say something.
Oh, boy.
I think all of these sex class things should roll in with Salt and Pepper singing let's talk about sex, baby. Loosen it up, because it is so sterile when you're sitting in that class and
But
they
it's
start
got to
talking
be
about
sterile. They're there to learn the rules, not to learn how to do it.
Yeah, but their
what they want to
parents
learn
aren't
is
telling
how
them.
to do it. And what you need to know is just the basic information.
I think
I
they
don't
need
think
to
so,
know
yeah.
where to go for either more questions
That,
or
yes.
help.
I
Teach
thought
them
how to
about
do it was
community health.
self-explanatory.
Actually, I don't think it was that first time.
Well, they want to know how to do it well.
I mean, they make
You
health
can't
class
learn that
fun.
in school. Can you
Right,
imagine?
but
Well,
that's
we
what
don't
they
need
wanna
to touch
know.
technique here, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
But
know.
if you
the same
study
thing-
basketball, you learn how to play basketball. They're going in there hoping to learn how to have sex. And they just learned what sex is.
It's education, right? So if you make the topic a little bit more interesting and you familiarize it, don't kids learn more?
There's
so
not a
I
human
feel,
being in the world that's not interested in it.
See?
Well,
I think
exactly.
that's-
So
they
why
have
should they stand up
questions.
there and act so mortified that they're talking about it? Because the kids
Part
just
of it
want to
is-
be real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but part of it is that an adult is giving them that information, so they feel uncomfortable to the begin with.
But
It's like,
because
you
the
know,
adult is uncomfortable.
Because that, but imagine having that conversation with your child. It's
I
the same-
have.
It's the same kind of uncomfortable nature, but now it's the teacher having that conversation with you. So you have the extra uncomfortableness with all these other students around you.
As relaxed as the world has gotten, it is amazing to me that this topic has not
I
gotten
know.
any
That's
easier in school.
I have an idea. I think what they should do is have a roving sex expert
What?
that just goes
Exactly.
through and does, county and just goes through and they make it interesting.
A trained sex
I would
teacher.
be that parent that will not sign the release form to have my kid in that class.
Come on. All right. Well, carb lovers rejoice. Something else we love. Olive Garden's never-ending Pasta Pass is back, and there are more of them. So the Pasta Pass sells for $100. It gives you unlimited pasta bowls and soft drinks for 7 weeks. That is on top of the always included unlimited salad and breadsticks. So all you can eat of everything for 7 weeks for $100. 21,000 passes go on sale Thursday at 2 p.m. Last year, they only offered 2,000 passes. They sold out in 1 second flat.
That's
What does
ridiculous.
this say about us?
Oh, I mean, I worked at the Olive Garden, all right? I worked there in Gainesville, Florida, okay, 20-something years ago. And I just want to know, that's not taking care of their servers, because I had to run back and forth for all that, whatever, free
upset
refill, soup and salad and breadstick stuff. And people would tip me on $3.99, even though all of the service. So now this is horrible.
I wonder what you do tip on. They said the average person would make 28 visits, pigs, in the 7-week span, which comes out to about $3.95
Don't
a
call those
visit.
people pigs. These are good deals.
Do you know that I remember when we
gross.
looked at the calories, 2 tablespoons of that dressing, by the way, people, was 1,000 calories.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it might be the
was-
least healthy place on earth.
Dressing?
Of dressing,
Yeah,
and
it's
that
all fat.
salad that you love so much. Yeah, I remember I
Whoa.
found that out, and I'm like, people, you don't want another
And this
salad.
is before the bread.
Right, exactly. All right, well, imagine eating all that pasta and then doing what these people are doing next. in Philadelphia. Here's a visual. Last weekend was the 8th annual Philly Naked Bike Ride as part of the World Naked Bike Ride movement. Yes, they've done this for 8 years. It's a 10-mile event with body paint very strategically placed, as is that bicycle. 3,000 bikers who are not wearing bike shorts take to the streets, and one newlywed couple who probably had no idea what was going on as the parade in the buff went by them. Their poor wedding photo.
That is funny.
Most people look much better with clothes, I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
so too.
And most people who choose to be naked should not.
Yes.
Linda could fit right in on a bicycle with that headband in right now. She'd be like,
man.
Bohemia!
Without the clothes to protect you from the bike seat.
I hope nobody rented the bike. That's what I'm
any-
saying, that they brought their own bike.
yeah.
But biking is hard on the
Joey
parts.
says do not go there.
Don't go there.
These are the
You're right.
questions I'm having in my
Biking is
head.
hard on the parts with clothes. I would have chosen a different sport. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to check in with our happy hour forecast. When we come back, we're going to clean things up a little bit and talk about flu shots.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Most of the action today inland and along the East Coast associated with that area of low pressure, which is working its way up the coast now. And you can see from the visible satellite imagery, a lot of cloudiness along the East Coast and some big storms down in South Florida. But there are some storms in the Gulf that are starting to pop here and there, and they'll be working their way onshore through the evening hours. You can see some of that activity pretty heavy down in Fort Myers right now, and a lot of inland action earlier today. The showers and storms off in the Gulf are working their way northward right now. Not a lot at this point. However, there's a good chance we'll see some scattered showers moving onshore into Longboat Key here in the next hour or so. One lone shower east of I-75 on Clark Road. But that's about it. Pretty quiet around town. It's 88 degrees now with a west-southwest wind at 7 and the pressure 2996 is falling. The dew point high at 76 degrees. And we are anticipating a good chance for scattered storms tomorrow. More on that at 5. See you then.
Flu season is just around the corner, and flu is nothing to mess around with. The CDC reports that thousands of people die from flu every year, and it's especially dangerous if you're like me and over 65 years old. But does getting a flu shot really help? Here to help us stay healthy this year is Dr. Gavin Wapshire from Gulf Coast Medical Group. Thank you so much for coming, Doctor. The flu shot, why is it such a big deal?
Well, it's a big deal because it prevents the spread of influenza, which is a big deal each year. This flu season is from October to May. Many people end up hospitalized or severely sick when it can be avoided.
Even down here where it's warm and sunny.
Absolutely. It's the season. It doesn't really matter where you are. It's advisable to get the shot. It's preventative care.
And I know each year they have like a medley of which flu they think is going to be the issue. This year, is there any changes?
There are some slight changes, but it's based on what is happening in the southern hemisphere for their winter season, and we translate it to the northern hemisphere, and we go from there. Sometimes they get it right, sometimes it's a little off, but it's effective most years.
Does it really keep you from getting the flu if you get the shot?
It does. It can stop the spread and stop you getting it, and if you do have the flu shot, it can actually ameliorate some of the responses to it, so you get less sick.
Ah, and who can get it? Am I too old to get the flu shot?
You're never too old to get the flu shot.
How about young? Can you be too young to get the
You
flu
can.
shot?
Anyone under the age of 6 months doesn't have the immune response to get the shot yet. So anyone over 6 months should get the shot.
What if you're pregnant? Can you get the shot if you're pregnant?
Absolutely, you can get the shot. It's safe in pregnancy
Okay. And recommended, I would assume.
and recommended.
When he said everyone, he meant everyone.
Everyone.
They're going to keep asking about segments of the population.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but we hear every year. I know so many people in this building say, I'm not getting the flu shot. It makes you sick.
I get that a lot in my patients. And what happens is when you get the shot, it gives a little bit of a killed virus into your system. And you adapt an immunity, which gives you might give you a slight raise in fever, a very mild low-grade flu-like symptoms. It's not the flu, but that's what people mean. Also, when people get the shot, it takes 2 weeks to come into effect. So sometimes people do get the flu in that 2 weeks.
Yeah. Are there people that shouldn't get it, like people that are sick or have diseases?
People that have a high temperature should wait until the temperature goes down before they get it. Anyone that has an allergy to the ingredients of the flu shot should also not get the flu shot.
But overall, in general, it's recommended that everyone gets the flu shot to make sure that this flu season isn't that bad?
Absolutely. And it helps us all because we breed what's called herd immunity. So if everyone has a flu shot, there's less chance of it spreading. So we're all more healthy by individually getting the flu shot.
I've had the flu shot every year, I think, since they came out. I haven't had the flu since I was a little kid.
Knock on wood.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, well, I'm going to get the shot. He says I won't get it. Are there side effects, though, when you get the shot?
There are some side effects that happen very occasionally. Usually it's some soreness at the site of injection, maybe some redness, and as I talked about before, you may get a low-grade fever, but they're very, very mild. Certainly nothing compared to the full-blown influenza virus.
It used to be so hard to get them. You had to stand in line. Remember, you had to stand in line for hours and hours. It's not hard now, is it?
Now try not getting them. Whenever people come in the office, they're asking for them. We don't have them for another 2 weeks. But people ask, can I get a little early? But you want to get it at the right time, because if you get it too early, it might start to wax and wane towards the end of the season.
So when is the right time?
Usually the beginning of October.
Okay.
Any time through then.
And that'll protect us through what?
That'll last for how long?
About 6 months, towards the end of May.
Oh, good. So that'll be long enough.
Absolutely.
And you've got plenty of the vaccine.
We have tons and tons of
Oh,
vaccine.
very
So come
good.
down.
And that's Gulf Coast Medical Group. And if you
Venice.
want to go online and make an appointment, gulfcoastmedicalgroup.net. Thank you so much. We promise we'll get our shot. We promise.
Thank you for having me.
We like the herd mentality. We will go out and get
We'll
them.
all be healthy.
Next, we're going to learn to play a didgeridoo. Didgeridoo, did I say that right? Didgeridoo, yes. We'll be right back.
Hurricane season is here, and Suncoast weather can go from this to this in seconds. So when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology so that we can bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
Plus, we focus on the Suncoast and track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. ABC7's My Suncoast News app is better than ever with a brand new design that's faster and easier to use. Download our free My Suncoast News app on your mobile device at your app store of choice. Powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.
Pearl Cream by Dr. Anna, known as the facelift in a bottle, is an all-natural anti-aging formula that tightens skin and muscles, making you look younger. It's made in Sarasota with real pearls, Chinese herbs, and no preservatives. Visit our store or at pearlcreambydranna.com.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour quality selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade.
Seymour Savings.
It's the Buick 2016 model year sell down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Encore models in stock. That's nearly $5,000 below MSRP on the 2016 Buick Encore.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
And welcome back. Every profession has its own language or jargon, and Wall Street is no different. In today's Money Matters, our business commentator Richard Stern joins us to help us learn about stock symbols. But Richard, before we get into the symbols, this weekend, or the stock market was a little volatile.
It was a lot volatile, as a matter of fact.
Friday was a scary day.
We've gone about 8 weeks with absolutely no volatility at all. And all of a sudden, Friday and Monday, we're up 400, we're down 240, or just the reverse, down 400, up 240. But the reality is it has everything to do with interest rates and the Fed. The Fed is meeting Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Will they raise interest rates? Won't they? Friday, the market went down because one of the Fed governors said, He believes that rates should go up.
Oh.
Yesterday, the market went up because one of the Fed governors said she believes interest rates should stay the same.
But and over the weekend, everyone had all that time to contemplate and like
stress.
freak out.
That's
Yeah.
right. Remember Brexit? It's only 2 months ago.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So
Well, let's
those
not.
things happen.
We're going to try to stay positive
All right.
and learn today. Tell us about some of the stocks that we're going to be learning
We're going
about.
to talk about stock symbols. Some of them are very easy and straightforward. Some of them are a little bit trickier, so you're going to have to think. But let's go through them. I gave you a real easy one to start. How about cake? C-A-K-E. Anybody want to guess
That's
what
not
symbol that
easy.
is? That's easy.
No.
Okay.
Betty Crocker?
And the winner is the Cheesecake Factory.
That makes sense.
That makes sense,
smart.
okay?
Yes.
That tells
I
you
didn't
where
know
we're
they were
coming from.
publicly traded.
Oh, they
Okay.
absolutely are.
So they're sort of like short of the name.
Exactly.
Try again.
Or they lead you to the name.
All right,
like
we'll
a
do better
crossword
now. We
puzzle.
get it.
Let's
Okay.
get the next one, and that is BKS.
Burger King.
And if you want a little hint,
Bank.
there's a location just south of Bee Ridge Road on 41.
Bank of America.
Burger King. Brookstone. Ooh, I just spit on you.
The bookstore.
There you go.
The what?
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
Oh, bookstore.
Books. There you go.
Oh.
Now the next one you're really going to have to think about. I think
great.
this is clever. Let's take a look. Bid. What do you think bid would be?
Stock market.
Amazon.
Built.
Bidwell?
How
Bailey
about-
Banks and
How
Bill?
about Sotheby's?
Ah.
The auction house, right?
Right.
Oh, you bid on things there.
Yeah, there you
Oh.
go. See, we can have fun. Now,
I
this
am really
one I
not good
think
at
is
this.
very clever. Let's take a look at this. ZZ.
Okay, some kind of bed.
Comfort.
Z Gallery.
Sleep.
Mattress
You win.
Factory.
Sealy, the mattress company. Yeah, I
The
think
one
that
with the
was
little
very
sheep.
clever.
Get your Z's.
Now,
Yeah.
here's one I think I've talked about in the past, but let's look at it again because it's local. Yum. Yum Brands.
Yeah,
Anybody
you
know
have
what that is?
talked about that.
That, let's see, something
They
It
with
was
own
a
E.
restaurant.
KFC, they
Yeah.
own
Right.
Taco
Taco
Bell,
Bell.
and something else.
And
Pizza
who
Hut.
are
Pizza
they?
Hut.
Pizza Hut.
Good
yes.
deal. You got them all.
Oh.
Nice going. That's a good one.
Good,
Now,
healthy
the next
food.
one, you
Yeah.
could guess a lot of things, but CAR is the symbol, C-A-R. And it is not a car manufacturer. How's
Oh.
that?
A rental car?
Cargo.
Rental car.
Not
you win.
Enterprise.
Alamo Budget Enterprise.
Avis, you win.
Avis, one of them.
Avis.
Okay.
Okay, and the last one, I think is fairly easy. PZZA.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut.
We just did that.
Well,
No,
you're
Pizza
close.
Hut's in a group.
Domino's.
Well, how about Papa John's?
Papa John's.
Oh.
There you go. Now, do we have time, I think, for at least one or
One
two
more.
emails? Let's take a look at our email, and this is from George of Lakewood Ranch. Is it true that September traditionally is the worst month of the year on Wall Street?
Oh, great.
George, unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. Now, the reason a lot of people think it is October is because the big stock market crashes historically, going back to 1929 and 1987, were both in October. But the truth is, many of them were a result of very,
What happened
very
in
low markets in
September?
September. So September actually ranks 12 of 12. So that doesn't mean it'll be the case this time, but historically, that has been the case all the way
Looks like
through.
we're going that way.
Well, so far, that's the way we're headed.
Don't
All right,
listen
well,
to me. I don't know anything about stocks.
Well, thank you so much, Richard.
You're
Again,
welcome.
every time you hear I learn something, and coming up, we're going to learn something else. We're going to learn how to play a very interesting instrument. We'll be right back.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Attention blood clot filter patients. Surgically implanted blood clot filters are potentially life-threatening. Some filters are prone to breaking, resulting in pieces of the filter moving through the body and causing internal bleeding. If you had surgery to implant a blood clot filter, you may be entitled to a cash award, even if you haven't suffered side effects yet. Call the Gold Shield Group now, 888-747-5291, to see if you qualify for a cash award. 888-747-5291.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check in again with Chef Giuliano Hazan. And Chef, I know you spend a lot of time here on the Suncoast, but tell us about the time you spend in Italy with your cooking school.
We have a gorgeous Renaissance villa where we do week-long cooking classes. They're hands-on classes. We take field trips to visit food producers. You should get WABC to send you there.
You know what? We like field trips, and that one would be on the top of our list. We'll work on that. We'll see in a little bit with your artichokes. Linda?
Have you ever tried to play a didgeridoo? It's a really fun name. A didgeridoo is a native Australian wind instrument that's been around for more than 1,000 years. And who knew? We have a professional didgeridoo player right here on the Suncoast. We welcome Anthony Aylman. Anthony, wow, a professional didgeridoo player. Who knew?
Hi, good morning.
Okay, show us how it's supposed to sound.
A didgeridoo.
Okay. A few seconds of didgeridooing. Oh.
Oh.
How'd you get started doing this?
And I'm about to miss it.
I started maybe roughly about 12 years ago, and it was just an instrument that I really, with just the sound, intrigued me. And it's such a primal instrument that I just had to get a didgeridoo.
And you make these yourself?
These are 3 that I made myself out of hardwoods.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it the tree branch?
Yes, they're all pieces of limb, and I just shape them, and then I split them and hollow them out and put them back together.
Oh, and you have an album.
Yes, it's called Ilupangu Wuguri. And it's an album, and it has didgeridoo, it has other instruments, percussion, frame drums, djembes, shakers, animal sounds,
oh my
frogs.
Goodness. Where can we hear you play? Do you play around here?
I do play around here. I play at the Sarasota Farmers Market in downtown every Saturday morning.
We will know you from a distance. I hear it has health benefits.
Yes, actually, if you look into didgeridoo and sleep apnea, there's a group of researchers in Germany that did the study on patients, and it helps with sleep apnea.
Really?
You get a better rest.
If you play it or if you hear it?
If you learn how to play it, and you got to learn how to circular breathe, because that's what exercise your air passages, and that's what really helps, and that's where you get the benefit.
Okay, let's show us how to do it now.
When he does that, you feel it vibrate.
Yeah, it vibrates down in you.
Nikki, can we
All right.
share this one?
You can
So
have it.
you hold that in, and I'll hold this.
I'll hold your didgeridoo, Linda.
Okay, what do we do?
To create the basic sound, the basic note, you have to take a deep breath, relax, and vibrate your lips. You got to give it a raspberry. So you got to put your mouth in
You're
it.
gonna get lipstick all over the
Cover,
didgeridoo.
create a seal, and vibrate your lips. Very loose. You have to make sure no air escapes through the side.
Oh, you got to do it in here.
So you really, yes, you
okay.
really got to put your mouth in it. And don't blow so hard. Just relax.
Relax. Oh, I am so jealous.
That's the toot.
Here,
That's
hold
the
around it,
overtone.
too. You hold around it.
What's an overtone?
Very loose.
Elephant. Don't pass out. Stop.
I'm failing.
She
Look
got
at
it.
her. Oh no!
You got it.
can do it.
So that's the basic note on that instrument.
Right?
No, you do it. You're so close, Linda. Vibrate your lips. I think Linda's
She's bebopping.
She is bebopping.
You're not supposed to beatbox it.
I can't do it.
You have to be really relaxed, and you have to actually create a seal. So you have to
You gotta create a seal.
and really loose.
Oh no!
Wow.
Listen.
All right on our breath. You can talk to it. Yeah, are there any
I think
tips?
you gotta like.
So what's the circular breathing? In through your nose, out through your mouth?
Yes, circular breathing, that's when you're playing and you store air in your cheeks and you push that out and you take a quick breath through your nose. So you
I
got
can't. I
It's
can't do
really
my lips.
loose.
I can't.
Super loose, very relaxed. So it does help to be relaxed. Be relaxed, maybe have a glass of water, a cup of tea.
Or a glass of wine.
Or a glass of wine. But it does help to be relaxed.
Linda, you have lipstick from your nose to your chin.
I've tried it. I can't do it. I can't believe this. Relax.
She's
relax,
crying.
Relax.
She is crying. All right, you can do it.
You know what it is? You're not putting your mouth all the way
You're
on
not creating the seal.
You have to go all the way in.
And really,
Okay, she's gonna pass out soon.
Oh.
She needs to
You
breathe.
show us how professional
please.
does it.
Let's
Okay.
have
Play
a,
us a song.
Let's have a full song
all right, so look.
from you.
Yes.
So here I'll play the didgeridoo and I'll play shaker and
You got a lot going on.
Sorry,
Okay.
I almost hit you with my wood.
That's
Wow.
You got a lot going on in your mouth.
I really appreciate that. There's no way I can ever learn to do that. I'm going to work on these things.
it's just a little bit of practice and just
A lot
little
of
bit
practice.
Of effort, you know?
Oh,
and
that's
having fun with
amazing.
it.
How long
Now
do you hold your breath?
Really, I don't know, like maybe 30 seconds. It's just learning that circular breathing. It's yeah.
That's amazing.
It's like-
Tell me about where people can find you on Facebook.
They can find me on my page under my name, Anthony Aleman, or under Earth Shaking Didgeridoo.
Well, can you play us out?
Sure.
But
We're going to come back and talk about veins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
We nearly blew one trying.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
The all-new MySuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
Welcome to the all-new Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice.
Seymour smiles.
Seymour quality selection of new and pre-owned vehicles.
Seymour for your trade.
Seymour Savings.
It's the Buick 2016 model year sale down. Now get 20% below MSRP on select Encore models in stock. That's nearly $5,000 below MSRP on the 2016 Buick Encore.
Seymour now at Seymour Buick GMC on the island of Venice. Go to SeymourBuickGMC.com.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what we're working on now for 5 o'clock. A major upgrade at the Oslo Rep Theater in Sarasota. The improvements that were made so people with hearing loss can fully enjoy the shows there. Plus, a preview of the new and improved Southgate Mall in Sarasota, what the shopping center will look like once construction is complete. Let's get a check on the weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. Bob.
Scott, relatively quiet here at the East Coast. Different story. This system appears to be getting better organized for tropical development. The Hurricane Center now giving it a 40% chance of possibly becoming a tropical depression or even tropical storm as it stays close to the water here. It's moving to the north. It had expected to move more toward the northwest, but it's hugging the coastline right there. We're seeing a few onshore showers. We'll see some banding features move through later on this evening and again tomorrow. Rain chances staying high. We'll have the details coming up at 5.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
When you have credit card debt, the debt suckers, high rate and high pay, never leave you alone.
Debt is really sucking